Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhanda Mandala Akaram, Vyaptam Yena Characharam, Tatpadam Darshitam Yena, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Dhyanamoolam Gurur Murti, Puja Moolam Gurur Padam, Mantramoolam Gurur Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Gurur Kripa. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Should I remember? Jai Gurudev. Welcome once again to our Gita discourse. We are on Adhyaay 6 and we will start chanting first from Shlok 16 to 22nd. And we'll continue afterwards later. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Shashtodhyaya. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Natyashnatastu yogosti na chaikanta manashnata na chati swapnashilasya jagrato naiva charjuna yukta ahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu Yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha yada viniyatam chittam atmanyeva vatisthate nispriha sarvakamebhyo yukta ityuchyate tada. Yatha dipo nivatastho nengrate sopama smrita yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogamatmanaha yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya. Yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyannatmani tushyati sukhamadhyatikam yattad buddhigrahyam atindriyam Vetti yatra na chaivayam Sthitaschalati tattvataha Yam labdva cha param labham Manyate nadikam tataha Yasmin siddho na dukkhena Gurunapi vichalyate. Om Tat Sat. Adhyaay 6. We have started it some time back. So you all must be knowing what is the name of this Adhyaay. What is it? What is the name of this Adhyaay? We have been studying now for so many weeks, months, I don't know. What is the name of this Adhyaay? Took some time to get, to turn some pages to find out. Atma Sanyam Yog. What does it mean? What does it mean?
The technique of having control over your mind, actually, not Atma.
Exactly. So, how can Sanyam means what? Restraint, control, mastery, right? Atma generally means soul, spirit, right? Now, how can you have restraint over Atma? Atma is already free. It is not under your control. So in Sanskrit, Atma can mean soul, it can mean mind, it can mean lower self, BMI, it can mean senses. So here, when we want to restrain Atma, obviously it is not about restraining the soul. That you have to be very clear about. So here, Atma Sanyam means, Yog means union with the Supreme Being. And each Adhyaay is giving you a method, a path, a stepping stone, you can say, to lead you to the union of lower self with the Supreme Self. So here it is the method of union with the Supreme Self through the practice of restraining the mind and the senses. Restraining the mind and the senses. Sanyam, restraining, controlling. Atma here meaning mind and senses. You cannot control the soul. Is there any other name for this Adhyaay? It is also generally referred to as the Adhyaay which gives Dhyan Yog. Dhyan Yog. There again it means union with the Supreme Self through the practice of Dhyan, meditation. And so these two names are one and the same because you cannot do Dhyan without restraining your mind and senses. That is why Atma Sanyam and Dhyan means one and the same thing. People try to do Dhyan without restraining their mind, without restraining their senses. So that is not the Vedantic Dhyan which Bhagwan is talking about over here. There are many kinds of Dhyans also. Now for Dhyan to happen, some preparation has to happen as we have been studying, right? So some preparations are negative actions, some preparations are positive actions. And Bhagwan gives both. So negative means don't allow the senses to wander here and there. How to not allow? By a positive action. What will be the positive action? Anchor it. Anchor the mind. Take it away from the material objects of sansar. So don't let the indriyas wander. Means action is restrain them, bring them in. Don't let the mind go here and there. Then what to do? Focus the mind. So the negative is don't let it go here and there. The positive is hold it in, withdraw it in, focus the mind. Focus the mind on what? Before you can focus on Atma, you will have to learn to focus on many things which are easier to focus than Atma. Because Where is Atma? How to focus on Atma? What is Atma? We don't know. So how to focus on something you don't know? So Bhagwan has given many techniques, breath, tip of the nose, mantra, so many things are there. So anything, learn to focus it, Ishtadev, Bhagwan, anything, you focus it over there. So before you can actually go into Vedantic Dhyan, where you will get definitely you will get Yog with the Supreme Being, people have to go through many stages of meditation. So how many stages of meditation can we think of? They're innumerable, but just to name a few. The most basic meditation is relaxing the body. So you have had a tiring day, you have done some strenuous work, so you relax with your eyes closed. That is also a kind of meditation where you want to relax the body after some great laborious work, you're tired. Then you can also meditate just to unwind and relax the mind. You have been overthinking, using your brain a lot. Okay, close the eyes, relax. So there is that meditation also. There is another meditation for the mind where you have become over emotional. One is you have worked the mind a lot. One is you have over emotionalized the mind. So instead of, you have cried a lot, or you even had like a great euphoric experience, then you have to bring the mind again back to center. So a way of calming the mind after some either extreme. That is also there. Now, coming to spiritual practices. So you will need to do some form of meditation to practice Shama and Dhamma. So your Indriyas are going here and there, your mind is going here and there. So some meditation practice for keeping the mind focused, keeping the Indriyas available. Your Indriyas have suddenly got attracted. Let's say your eyes have suddenly got attracted to some whatever your attraction is, or your sense of smell has got attracted to something cooking, something being prepared. Your ears have got attracted to some sound which appeals to you. So you close your eyes, restrain, like the tortoise example. You bring your senses and mind inside. So Shama and Dhamma, that is Shama and Dhamma. Mind is going away, Indriyas are going away. You also need some form of meditation, dhyan, to improve your titiksha. So titiksha means the ability to bear with a discomfort to reach your spiritual goal. So that Indriya has gone somewhere, you have closed the eyes so that you are not attracted to that chocolate cake, but the mind is not stopping. Mind is saying, open your eyes, lift your hand and take the cake. So you will need titiksha, forbearance. No, I will do sanyam of Indriya. Not only Gyan Indriya, but even Karma Indriya. My hand also should not go there to get that cake. So that you need that also. Then we have been told to practice Karma Yoga. So in Karma Yoga, no Karta Bhav. Then no Bhokta Bhav. Do it 100%. Devote your action towards Bhagwan. Sometimes to do that also, you might need to calm yourself. So you need a gap, create a gap. So in create a gap, what you do? What are you doing? You are doing some form of dhyan. In creating a gap also, there is some form of dhyan happening over there. Because you are focusing, you are withdrawing, you are not allowing your Indriyas and Man to do whatever they want. Means you are holding the reins of the chariot, right? Then in Upasana also there is meditation. So when we do puja, we do Abhishek, we do Shringar of Bhagwan, we make the Bhagwan look beautiful, we offer flowers, we offer Naivedyam, and the Bhagwan ka Vigraha is right there in front of us, and we watch it, and we admire it, and we get attracted to it. And then if you look at it long enough, try it sometimes. Look at it long enough, and it works for everything, not just for Bhagwan. If you look at anything long enough and close your eyes, the image will still stay in your mind. And that is the dhyana of upasana. That is the dhyana of upasana. You have brought that image of the Vigraha into you, and now you are concentrating on that Vigraha inside. That is upasana meditation. And if you see some of the Vedic mantras and prayers, jap, part which we do, before the part actually starts, there is a dhyanam. Right? You have seen in Saptashati and all, there's a dhyanam. So in that dhyanam, that description of the Bhagwan is given. And that is to help you to focus on that form. So it's a meditation on a form. That is upasana dhyan. Then of course, going deeper and deeper into the spiritual practice, into the sadhana, you will need dhyan to develop vairagya. Yes or no? Because you are now letting go of things, so it needs to happen in a very sahaj way. So for that, you don't want to force yourself to give up something. So by itself, it needs to give up. So for that process, dhyan is very, very useful. And of course, if you go with that Vigraha, taking it inside, it will again, dhyan will help you to deepen your mumukshutva, your yearning to unite with Bhagwan. So actually, these are not just different types of meditations. These are actually progressive stages of meditation. We don't realize that we have to take baby steps even in dhyan. And when all this will happen and you'll be able to, focus on your Ishtadev, you have got it inside, mumukshutva has deepened, enhanced, then you'll have mastered the practice of concentration. And concentration precedes meditation. Without learning concentration, meditation in Vedantic meditation is not possible. In fact, it cannot exist. That is why same story, Bhain's story. I'm not going to repeat. So all these 10 different stages of meditation will finally prepare you bodily, mentally, in every way to finally practice Vedantic meditation, dhyan. So this preparation is also called purification. So with a pure intellect, you do your meditation, then you get the result for which meditation is meant. Otherwise you will get relaxation. Otherwise you will get free of stress. Otherwise you will get money, because you can meditate on money also and attract it. You whatever you want. Job, meditate on job, you will get it. Career, meditate on career, you will get it. It's a very powerful tool. But why would you want to meditate on half the way? Meditate on the full thing only, na? But the full thing needs so much work to prepare, so much purification required. Ye kaun karega? Seedha paisa le lo. Be happy. So this is what we are in the Kali Yuga, where we want shortcuts to happiness. But we don't realize in the shortcut to temporary happiness, we are missing out on permanent Anand. So this Dhyan Yoga or Atma Sanyam Yoga is telling us, Baba, don't be satisfied with halfway. If you want to go and enjoy in Goa with the beach and the sand and the music and whatever. And on the way somewhere you find one Chotu Botu beach. You say, oh, this beach is only good, let me stay here only. Then you will miss out the fun of Goa. So here, this is very high Anand we are talking about. And we are just getting satisfied with temporary sukhs. So Bhagwan is telling you, wait, let me explain to you, there is more than what you are aiming for. Getting that? So now let's go to Shlok 20. We'll chant it once again, okay? Yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyannatmani tushyati. Read the translation with me. The state in which the chitta or mind staff, subdued through the practice of yoga, becomes completely tranquil, and in which, realizing God through subtle reasoning, purified by meditation on God, the soul rejoices only in God. Alright, so many words in English to say something simple. Okay. Let's take the translation first. Yatra. At the time when chittam, the senses, mind stuff, I don't know who has translated, but it means the senses, niruddham, are restrained. At the time when the senses are restrained, uparmate, get withdrawn, yoga sevaya, through the practice of meditation. Yoga is another word used instead of dhyan. So at the time when your senses are restrained and they are withdrawn, how? Through the practice of meditation, cha, and yatra eva, at that very moment, pashyan, by seeing. At that very moment, your senses are withdrawn, and at that very moment, while seeing Atmanam, the self, capital S. At that very moment, when you will see the self, Atmana, by the purified mind. There are 3 times the word Atma is coming over here. So at that very moment, when by seeing the self, that is Atma, spirit, soul, by the Atmana, by the mind, purified mind, then what happens? Tushyati. Tushyati. One remains contented. One remains joyful. Again, Atmani eva, in the self alone. Getting it? When the senses are withdrawn, when the senses are restrained, how is it restrained? Through the practice of meditation, but through the purified mind. At that very moment, by seeing, by getting darshan, aparoksh anubhuti, by getting the aparoksh anubhuti of the self, by who? By the mind. You will remain contented. Where? In the self itself. So Bhagavan has given us many shlokas of the do's, the don'ts of meditation, the do's of meditation, the steps of meditation, and all this is resulting in the final, after all those preparations are done, finally resulting in dhyan, Vedantic dhyan. So up till this shlok, where we have done till last time, is all the preparation. Now from this shlok onwards, 20 to 23, Bhagavan is giving us a description of the state of meditation. When you are in that highest state of meditation, what will you be experiencing? And you have reached this stage after so much practice, after so many purification processes, after so much concentration, purification. So what will you be experiencing? Bhagavan says you will be experiencing the bliss of the self, tushyati. You will be experiencing contentment in the self alone, tushyati. So purification is required for concentration, and concentration is required for meditation. That is the qualification. Now you say, I don't want to do purification, I want to go directly to meditation. Go, but I don't know whether you'll reach. Understand? Like that. So meditation on the self will only become possible after concentration has been done. And concentration will only happen when purification. Does it make sense to you?
Yes.
Why? Why is concentration possible only after purification?
Because your mind is calm.
Mind is calm.
The vasanas are pure, so there is no. It stops coming. There is no disturbance.
Vrittis will stop. Vikshep will stop. The disturbances are not only outside. You can close your eyes, nose, everything, and you can't close your nose forever. You have to breathe also. So if everything outside is also closed, still inside there are so many things which erupt like volcanoes. And when you close your senses outside, inside becomes more active. Everyone must have experienced that, right? So that is why purification is a necessary prerequisite before you can do meditation. So what exactly is this purification? People get fed up. I can see on your faces that, again, purification. So how exactly, what does it mean to purify the intellect? Okay. So before purification, we call the intellect maleen. The buddhi is maleen. Maleen means what?
Impure.
Full of mal. Full of mal. Impure. What has made it impure? What is that mal? What mal is there? Vasanas, rag, dvesh, kam, say, krodh, lobh, moh, matsarya. Now you know what mal you have. Fear, all this is there. Maybe in small degree, maybe in big degree, maybe some have removed, some have not removed. Something is there inside. But as my Dada Guruji said, even if there is one drop of gobar in your pure glass of amrit, you will not drink it. Right? So every drop of mal has to be removed. See, it is so beautiful. Because why you want, for what purpose you want to do all this? What's your goal?
100%.
Why you want to be 100% sattvic? To get liberated. You are not liberated now. You actually are liberated, but you don't know it. Right? Because you means who? Atma. You are not BMI. You are Atma. You are already liberated. You don't know it yet. Right? So you want to be liberated. So what does it mean to be liberated?
You have a paroksha anubhuti.
So what does that mean? What will happen? Okay, I got a parokshanubhuti. So what happens?
Not getting life and birth and death again.
Not getting birth and death again. So what happens?
When you see,
Free from sukha and dukh. So what happens?
You merge with the divine.
Merge with the divine. Who is the divine?
You.
Paramatma.
when you see nothing else but divine around.
Okay. So you merge with Brahma, you can say. So when you merge with Brahma, you become Brahma. You become Brahma. The one, the knower of Brahma becomes Brahma, right? So how much mal has Brahma got? How much Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya? Nothing. How can you merge and become Brahma if you still have that with you? Samajh gaya? That is why it has to be removed. You want to merge with Brahma, but you have all this, but Brahma doesn't have. You are trying to put a square peg in a round hole. From where it will go? How will it go? Right? So that is why purification is so important. That is why, like a broken record, I go on saying this: purification, purification, purification. So now there is a malign intellect still there in whatever degree. So when the buddhi is not purified, what does it do? Judges and labels. After judging, automatic label will come, right? When once you judge, the label has to come, because what's the point of judging if you are not going to label it? So automatic labeling comes after judging. So this is malign. This is wrong use of intellect. Wrong use. What we call lower intellect. Wrong use of intellect. When you are judging and labeling. So if I don't want to judge and I don't want to label, what should I be creating? A gap. So first job is to create a gap. How many decades ago have I told you this? Create a gap. Now, after creating a gap, what you'll do? Witness. There you are. Everything you all know. So you have to create a gap. In that gap, you'll witness. So when you'll witness, what will you remember?
What's the goal?
What's the goal? Exactly. At that moment, you'll remind yourself, Arey, I'm to thinking Aham Brahmasmi, and I'm saying this one is a monkey, hippopotamus, donkey. What Brahma is not saying that to anyone. So why am I doing it? So you'll think of your goal, and immediately you will be able to remind yourself, I'm using wrong, I'm making wrong use of my intellect. Right? So you will know that my action is taking me to my goal, or my action is taking me away from my goal. So you will evaluate. And with this evaluation of where am I supposed to go, where am I going to my goal, am I not going to my goal, something is getting created within you. What is that?
New pathways.
Awareness. Exactly. You are becoming more and more aware of what am I doing? What do I want and what am I doing? Awareness gets created. And when awareness gets created, some things stop. Your agitations will stop. Your vikshepa will stop. Your vacillating and fluctuating between your dilemmas will stop. Shall I do this? Shall I do that? Because you know exactly where you want to go. You're aware of your goal. You're aware of your action. You're aware that you're not doing an action taking you to your goal. So all those agitations stop. And when agitations stop, the mind becomes shant. And when mind becomes shant, you can sit for meditation. Therefore, purification is required. Okay? So that is the meaning of purifying the intellect. All this has to get done. Now you can use the intellect for the purpose for which it was given to you. And what is that purpose? Through dhyan. Through dhyan. Self-realization through dhyan. What causes all this buddhi to get malin? What is it that is making my buddhi? See, until you know the cause, you cannot do the solution. So, what is making my intellect impure?
Our attachment to desires.
Attachments to desires. What is coloring my attachments? See, I have used one clue word there. Guna. Guna is the coloring. Okay, coloring of your thoughts, coloring of your vasanas, coloring of your actions, coloring of your words is all because of guna. Another word for guna is color. So, what are the three gunas? Tamas, Rajas, Sattva. So, if there is a preponderance of tamas in you, what is happening to the buddhi? Dull, inertia, dullness, ignorance, not wanting to do anything correct, think also correctly, mechanical thinking, what we call mechanical thinking. If Rajas is there, then what is going to be happening? Hyper. Too much Rajas, little Rajas required, otherwise we will not get up and do even brush our teeth. But if it is too much Rajas, then Vikshep will happen. Vikshep will happen. So if there is tamas, preponderance of tamas, what is the solution?
Action.
Huh?
Action.
In
Karma yoga.
Karma Yoga. Action, not only action, but action in Karma Yoga. So to get over tamas, you have to do Karma Yoga. You have to practice doing your actions in Karma Yoga Bhav. Now you know what is Karma Yoga Bhav. And if Rajas is the problem, hyperactivity, too much of I am doing this, I am doing that, I am doing this, I am doing that, then what is the solution?
Creating a
As a sadhana, what is the Upasana? Exactly. Upasana is a solution for too much of Rajas. Why? How?
Focusing and channelizing.
Focusing and channelizing. You are sublimating from so much. I am doing this. You are sublimating to Bhagwan. If you are doing too much of food and job and cleaning and this and this and this for this one, for that one, for that one, for that one, do for Bhagwan. How much I will do for Bhagwan? Means whole day I will do puja? Is that what it means? How do I devote all my actions to God? I want to make all my actions as a puja. How do I do that? Huh? See everybody as God. See Bhagwan in everybody. Then if you are cooking for your mother-in-law, you are cooking for God. If you are cleaning the house for your family, you are cleaning for God. Make God the subject of all your actions. And you are doing all your actions are devoted to God. Because there is God in everybody, right or wrong. So easy. So when the tamas will come down through Karma Yoga and the rajas will come down through upasana, then what will dominate? Obviously, if those two are down, then sattva has to go up because there is a limited ratio. If one goes up, the other one has to come down. If other one goes up, one has to come down. It's like that. I don't even know there is anything. I was thinking, what object can I bring to make people understand that if one goes up, the other one has to come down, but I could not find anything. If you think of
Seesaw.
हाँ, वो तीन नहीं है ना, दो ही है.
Once we made a pie chart of those three colors.
I did, na? I will have to think again. Okay, so once I am in a pure sattvic state, tamas and rajas have been subdued mostly. Mostly I say, because you need some tamas, you need some rajas. Then the actual Vedantic meditation can start. Okay? Because then only you will be able to focus single pointedly, and you need to focus single pointedly. And can you explain why that is possible? At that point only to focus single pointedly when the tamas and the rajas is down?
The agitation has stopped.
Why have they stopped? No attachment to BMI. All attachment to BMI also dissolves. Because now you are focused on Atma. You focus on Atma, you cannot focus on BMI. You focus on BMI, you can't focus on Atma. It's one or the other. And Bhagwan has told us how we can reach this state. He says in this shloka, Yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya. State in which the chitta is subdued through the practice of yoga. So what you have to do? Senses have to be restrained, niruddham. Niruddham is the word there. That means the senses have to be restrained. If you analyze this word restrained, there's a strain in there. Right? And re is normally used for again and again, repeated. So repeatedly you are straining yourself to keep your senses in control. Restrained. Again and again. So this is sama and dhamma. This is sama and dhamma. Sama, shama, I don't know exactly. This keeps the vishais out. Keeps the vishais out. But there is one more word there. Uparamate. Uparamate means the mind is completely withdrawn. Niruddham is restrained, Uparamate is withdrawn. So when Sama and Dhamma are keeping the Vishais out through strain, a time will come when Uparamati happens, remember? Shat Sampati. That means spontaneously you are no longer attracted to the Vishais outside. First you have to apply strain to keep the Vishais out. Then spontaneously, not that, who wants chocolate cake? I don't want chocolate cake. Who needs this? Who needs that? Spontaneously, the attraction of the Vishais loses their grip on you. You must have experienced in some Vishay or the other. Over the years, some things were so important for you, but then after some time with your practices, some bit maybe non-vegetarian food, maybe something. Earlier you needed to use some lot of titiksha and lot of, you fell from the practice and you tried, and then it's like, I don't know why was I so attracted to this before. So that comes like that, right or wrong? You have experienced? Right. So two things are, first you will need niruddham, then automatically uparamate will happen. All attractions from the outside, and see the word withdrawn. See, in restrain, you are straining again and again. In withdrawn, you are drawing within. You are drawing on the strength within, withdrawn. Now all outside attractions have lost their grip on you. Inner disturbances, your thoughts, your emotions, your desires, your memories is a big one. All that inner world also will get shant, will get dissolved. When that happens, the mind stops fluctuating. The mind stops vacillating. I'm sure as students, and we have so many students here, we are studying for something. Suddenly the mind goes here. Suddenly the mind goes there. Suddenly that WhatsApp message, let me check. Suddenly let me have something to eat. Suddenly this, suddenly that. The mind is like that, chanchal. So when all this sadhana is done, the mind stops vacillating and it becomes tranquil. It becomes serene. like water in a river, it has ripples, it's moving. Water in a sea also has waves, but in a water in a lake which is not disturbed remains free of ripples. So we want to make our mind like the serene water of a lake, rippleless. You're feeling cold? You remember last time we kept one diya, was it in this class? So when there is so much of agitation, the flame was going side to side, here, there. And when the cover was put, the kavach was put, kavach is our sadhana, then the flame went straight up. Up means to our higher intellect. Remember that? So, while all this is happening, what is the mind doing? It's not vacillating, it's not fluctuating, it's not getting disturbed, it's not getting this. Then what is the mind doing?
Concentration.
Where?
Focused on.
Where?
On the
In the inner self.
Atmani eva, in the mind itself, in the self itself, in the Atma itself. That is where it's established there. And when it is established in the self, what will the sadhak experience? Bhagavan tells you what you will experience. Yatra evatmani atmanam pashyan atmani tushyati. Tushyati. Contentment, joy, anand. You will be experiencing anand at that moment. At that moment when one sees the self, in the self, he remains totally content and blissful in the self alone. In the self alone. So this tushyati, this contentment, you feel it in deep sleep also. That is why when mummy comes to wake you up in the morning, don't wake me up, I want to sleep. Because you are experiencing the bliss in deep sleep also. Yes or no? You will experience joy if you take some drug also. Yes or no? You will feel this bliss and this joy when you are, you know what, taking some, you know. Then you feel this bliss also in laziness. Yes, sit. Mom comes, clean your room, apply to the college, do this. After some, I'll do it. You feel blissful over there. Relax. You feel bliss even when you satisfy your vasana. Yes or no? Those are also blissful experiences. Yes or no?
Yes.
Same tushyati? No. Temporary. Those are sukhs. They may be very blissful, but they are material blissfulness which will come and which will go. But Bhagavan ensures you, and you will see in the next few shlokas, that tushyati, what you will feel, is permanent. Because it is of your own self, not dependent on anything else. If you are dependent on somebody else to do something so that you are happy, will you be always happy?
No.
Why?
When we have given our remote control to
You have given the remote control of your happiness to somebody else. When he changes, when she changes, when he'll do this, when she'll not do this, then I'll be happy. Right? You have give away your remote control, you can't see the program you want. And the program you want to see is the self in the self. That's the program you want to see. And you have given the remote control to alcohol, you have given remote control to drug, you have given remote control to gulab jamun, you have given remote control to chocolate cake, you have given remote to 101 things, okay? Now, why do we say that when you will be established in the self, in the Atma, you will have the bliss of self? Why is that? What is the reason? What is the logic? Why Because you don't have to just believe it because I'm saying it. There should be some logic, and Bhagwan never claims anything without logically explaining that. So what is the logic? So let's see. What exactly is Atma? What is it? I'm asking. Now we see, logically we will see, sensibly, rationally. Atma is what? How would you describe Atma? What would you say is Atma?
Satchitananda.
Huh. More?
Enlivening principle.
Huh? Enlivening principle,
Bliss.
bliss,
Eternal.
witness, all pervasive,
Eternal.
eternal. These are adjectives. What is it?
Energy.
Energy. What kind of energy?
Pure.
Pure. So can we say Atma is pure consciousness?
Yes.
Okay, if we give the name, Atma is pure consciousness, pure energy, pure bliss, whatever. Now this Atma, how does it have a relationship with Paramatma?
Yes.
What is the relationship of Atma with Paramatma? They are one and the same. There is no difference between Atma and Paramatma, just like there is no difference between the sun and the rays of the sun. The rays of the sun are no different from the sun itself. So, Paramatma or Brahma, you can say, is the same as pure consciousness. We are not saying conditioned, pure consciousness. But Paramatma or Brahma, we have also called, what did you say, Gopal?
Satchitananda.
Sat, Chit, Anand. Paramatma is, or Brahma is Sat, truth, existence itself, Chit, knowledge itself, Anand, bliss itself. Paramatma is Sat, Chit, Anand. Atma is same as Paramatma. So if you are established in Atma, you are also established in Paramatma. Therefore, you are also established in Sat, Chit, Anand. That is why you are feeling Anand. That is the bliss you are feeling. You are feeling the Anand of Sat, Chit, Anand. Because Atma and Paramatma are one and the same. So by connecting with yourself, you are connecting with the Supreme Being. You want? You want?
Yes.
Then do all the sadhanas. This Anand is our true nature. This is who we are. This is not just this body, mind and all this mother, father, children, this thing, that thing, brother, sister, guru, shishya, nothing. Nothing. Who you are is Anand. That is your nature. That is who you are. And this Anand is not dependent on anything else. It is not dependent on any object. It is not dependent on any person. It is not dependent on any situation, on any vishay. Absolutely nothing. It is who you are. So when the meditator is established in that self, totally, single-pointedly, he is experiencing the Anand of Paramatma. Isn't that beautiful? And therefore he is not disturbed by anything outside because he has already disidentified with sorrows of the body, sorrows of the mind, sorrows of the intellect. He has already disengaged with BMI. So, and all the sorrows and fears and physical sensations and vishayas are all connected with BMI. Which Atma is feeling tripped? We say Atma tripped ho gaya. You eat one ice cream and say Atma tripped ho gaya. Bichara Atma, you made him such a small thing कि कुल्फी दे दिया तो Atma tripped हो गया. Atma is always tripped only. Where Atma is bothered whether you are eating kulfi or whether you are eating karela. Atma is stripped, not dependent on anything. So sometimes these sentences which we use give us the wrong impression that to be stripped in Atma, you have to have this object or that object or this relationship or this friendship or this thing or that thing. Or your spouse has to be in a particular way, then you'll be happy. Then your body may be happy. Then your mind may be happy. Then your intellect may be happy, but you are not. If I am happy, how you will be happy? I and you are separate. BMI and you are separate. That's what I'm trying to show. So you have heard about that musk deer? Musk deer. What does he do? He roams all over the forest because he is searching for that fragrance. Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? And it is coming from where? From him. We are also looking for that. We are also looking for the fragrance of Anand in this silly sansar where it doesn't exist. And it is right inside us. Hello, it's not even inside us. It is who we are. It is who we are. And we are looking for that. It's as foolish as saying, I'm looking for my nose. Where's my nose? Where's my nose? It's you only. And you're looking for it. Like that. Okay? Chalo, let's see what else Bhagwan tells us. Are you interested in knowing? Yes. Shall we go ahead? Yes. Alright. 21. Sukhamatyantikam yattad buddhigrahyamatindrayam Vekti yatra na chaivayam Stitaschalati tatvataha. Read. Nay, in which the soul experiences the eternal and supersensuous joy which can be intuited only through the subtle and purified intellect, and wherein established, the said yogi moves not from truth on any account. On any account. Moves not from the truth on any account. Yatra. When. Vetti. One experiences. Tat. That. Atyantikam, absolute. When one experiences that absolute sukham, bliss. Don't mistake for the temporary sukh. Huh? It's just a word. Sukham, bliss. Yat, which. When one experiences that absolute bliss which buddhi grahyam, which can be intuited only through the subtle and purified intellect. So many words. Buddhi grahyam means which can be intuited only through the subtle and purified intellect. Then one very nice word is there, ati indriyam, beyond the senses. Sthita, established in the self. Then what happens? Ayam, this person, eva, surely, na chalati, does not swerve, does not move away. Tatvataha, from that reality. So we have got the do's and don'ts, we have got the purification in place, we have learned some concentration, now we have done meditation, and in the meditation, because the maleen buddhi has become pure, we are established in Atma, we are feeling the bliss of the Atma. So when one experiences that absolute bliss is the first part, which is being grasped by the subtle and the purified intellect, which is beyond the senses, then that person never moves away from that reality. Which reality? Sat Chit Anand. Now, little interesting, okay, some definitions we have to understand. Why he does not move away from that reality. Little interesting. So this being established in the self, you may have heard of the word samadhi, right? Sama buddhi, that's the meaning of samadhi, is sama buddhi. Your buddhi is equipoised. What exactly can we say about samadhi? It is equipoised means what? It is not going here and there. Therefore, it is completely established in one thing. You can say that is samadhi is when the mind is completely established in one thing, whatever that one thing may be. Now, in Vedanta school of thought, there are two kinds of samadhis. In yoga also there are two kinds of samadhis, but the words are different. So we are talking about Vedanta here. So in Vedanta, the two kinds of samadhis are called Savikalp Samadhi and Nirvikalp Samadhi. And our rishis used very nice examples to explain these stages, their stages. So one of the ways it's explained is, let us say there's a building which has got 3 floors. Ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor. Okay. So when you are living or established in the ground floor, so you are living a life of gratifying the senses. So you are in the ground floor. When you do some practice and you engage in Savikalp Samadhi, we have moved from ground floor to first floor. The first floor is compared to Savikalp Samadhi. You are doing some more intense sadhana. Now you are going into Nirvikalp Samadhi. You have gone to second floor. And when you practice Nirvikalp Samadhi, you will at some stage go to third floor, which is Jivan Mukti. Another way they explain this is by the movement of a bullock cart. Anyone sat in a bullock cart? When we went to Rajkot? Ashok bhai, in your farm, no? हम लोग बैठे नहीं झगड़ो नहीं, cotton field, हम लोग बैठे थे ना bullock cart में. Sanjay was driving it, I think. So you will understand, in a bullock cart, when the bullock cart is moving, this is very smooth. On and off, up and down, Savikalp Samadhi. It on and off, go in and come out, go in and come out. Moving bullock cart is compared to Savikalp Samadhi. When the bullock cart stops, they say it is Nirvikalp Samadhi. The mind has stopped moving. Mind moving is Savikalp. Mind stopping is Nirvikalp. You understand the word Vikalp? Sankalp and Vikalp. Options here and there. This or that, this or that. Sa-Vikalp, with Vikalp. Nir-Vikalp, without Vikalp. Without movement. Without option. And now the bullock cart has stopped, Nirvikalp Samadhi. Now what does the farmer do? He moves the bullocks away from the cart, detaches the bullock, Jivan Mukti. Let's talk about Savikalp Samadhi, because first you have to start with Savikalp Samadhi before you can move to Nirvikalp Samadhi. So you need in Savikalp Samadhi some anchor to hold your mind. And we have talked about breath, mantra, image, vigraha, tip of the nose, some japa, something. We need some things. Sometimes, they have that tratak meditation where you just focus, concentrate on the flame. So all this, you need some anchor. Something anchor is needed to keep the mind steady. Sometimes you have that, I have that bowl, where you do like that and one naad comes out, sound comes out. Very beautiful that is actually. So you need some anchor. So in Savikalp Samadhi there is something called Triputi. In Savikalp Samadhi Triputi exists. क्या है ये Triputi? Triputi means triad, 3 things. Triad of experience. I'll explain. Right now, one Triputi is going on. Sure? You are seeing something, right? So you are the seer. What are you seeing?
See.
Me.
Object.
I am the object. So that is 1. This is 2. And this action of seeing, which is connecting the seer with the seen, is the 3rd. This is Triputi. In every experience, there is a Triputi. The subject, the object, and the experience which is connecting the subject with the object. Whether you are seeing, whether you are eating, whether you are studying, whether you are playing, there is a Triputi involved. Therefore, in meditation also, there is a Triputi. So the person who is meditating is 1. Then you have an anchor. So you are focusing on something to keep your mind steady. That is 2. And the whole experience of meditating and focusing is number 3. So in meditation, the meditator is called Dhyata. Dhyata. The object or the anchor on which you are focused is called Dhyaya. Dhyaya. If you want to write it in English, it's Dhyaya. Dhyaya. And the experience is Dhyan. So this triad or this Triputi exists in Savikalp Samadhi. Is it clear? Anyone has practiced this or done this or done? I'm sure you must have. Almost everyone. So when you did this, how did you feel? What was the experience?
Relaxing, good.
Relaxing, good, blissful? Yeah, it is blissful. There is a bliss involved in Savikalp Samadhi also. And that bliss of Savikalp Samadhi is called Rasaswad. Rasaswad. It's so relaxing, so blissful, so silent, so still. Because you're anchored. You're anchored in one place. You will feel that. 100%. So, have you reached the end? No, you haven't reached the end yet. And this is the danger of Savikalp Samadhi. Actually, this Rasaswad is an obstacle. The bliss that you are feeling in Savikalp Samadhi is an obstacle because it makes you feel so good. It makes you feel so blissful, you do not want to do anything, progress anything more. You already feel I have got bliss. What more do I need? Every time my wife shouts, I will go and get some rasaswad. But for that I need one anchor. A triputi is still there. That means you are still dependent on something. That is not freedom. The minute you are dependent on anything, you are not free. You are not independent. Right? You want to be Brahma, so you have to learn not to be dependent on anything or on anyone or on any situation. Right? So, don't be stuck on rasaswad. I'm sure you have experienced rasaswad, yes or no? Everyone must have, at some stage, definitely experienced. So what is the next stage? Nirvikalp. Nirvikalp. In Nirvikalp, this triputi vanishes. There is no triputi left. The one who is meditating, the object on which you are meditating, and the experience of meditation all merge into one. No thought, no concentration, no focus. In fact, the mind itself dissolves. The mind itself dissolves. Where? In the Atma. In the Atma. And there are, definitely there is experience which says that even when the mind has dissolved in the Atma, the meditator in Nirvikalp Samadhi, who is adept in Nirvikalp Samadhi, can do all actions, and that action is coming out of Atma. The words are also coming out. You are in meditation, but words are coming out. You are not speaking, Atma is speaking. The experience is coming out of Atma. It's believable. So up to Shlok 20, we were being taught about Savikalp Samadhi. And from 21 onwards, we are talking about Nirvikalp Samadhi. So now you know what is the goal of Nirvikalp Samadhi. What is the goal?
Liberate.
Bliss. Bliss of the self, right? Now I want to access this bliss. So Bhagavan is telling you how to access the bliss. He says, Buddhi Grahyam. Got that word in the shloka? Buddhi Grahyam. How will you access it? It can be intuited, it says, only through the subtle and purified intellect. It can be experienced only by a Shuddha Chitta. Subtle and purified are the words used. Subtle and purified. What do you understand by the word subtle? Not gross. What is gross? Material world. So this buddhi is not focused on the gross world. It has gone inside. It is subtle. And what do you understand by purified? All the purification processes which we have gone on talking about. So purified intellect, which is subtle, not focused on the material world, what will it do? It will no longer be concerned with the Vishais, material objects, not at all concerned about, not judging, not labeling, not dealing with any vikshepa arising from within. So it is purified, right? Purified. When it is purified, it becomes crystal clear. Like you have put lot of colin and made this glass shine. Then light from inside will radiate out. So when your buddhi becomes so crystal clear, the Atma shines out and you recognize yourself. That is called aparoksha anubhuti. And the word used over there is intuited. Intuited means by intuition it comes up. Spontaneously, by intuition, by instinct, by intuition. It is not attainable through discussion, not through debate, not through knowing the grammar of the shlokas, not by knowing by heart the shlokas. It has to arise from inside. The intellect is so crystal clear, spotless, spotless. And that shine, that Atma just shines through, radiates through. And you have aparoksh anubhuti. You have darshan of yourself. We go to temples to take darshan, but we are a temple itself, and our Bhagwan is inside, and we are looking out for it. We are looking for stone idols. We are looking for forms, and you are the biggest form of Bhagwan. There are 8 manifestations of Bhagwan in the material world, and you are one of them. So self, and then it says one more word is there, ati indriyam. It is beyond the senses. This bliss which you will experience is not anything that is to be done with the senses. Chocolate cake needs taste ka sense. Beautiful woman ka bliss which you get will need the eyes. It will need the skin. Some beautiful rag, some song you are hearing, you are feeling blissful, it will require ears. But this bliss does not require any senses. Ati indriyam. Beyond the senses. Does not require anything. It is a subjective experience, not an objective experience. All knowledge of the world is objective. All knowledge of the world is objective, from outside. But this knowledge is the knowledge of Brahma, and Brahma is not an object, it is who you are. It comes from within. Only thing is, it is covered, it is hidden. By what? By what? Malina Buddhi, correct. You only. It is hidden by you only. Don't think Malin intellect is some other person. Can't pass the buck. Is there anything else, any other criteria to experience this goal in this shloka? Anything else is there? Sthita. Sthita. You have to be established in that. Not just once I get one glimpse and then, glimpse though you must have got by now already. But are you sthit in that? Are you established in that? Or it comes and it goes? See, everyone, I can say, at least for those people who have been here for years and years, you must have experienced this bliss at some stage or the other while some sadhana on your own, in a class, during meditation, during some practice. But are you sthit in that? That is the criteria. So that one more criteria is that. Not only it's beyond the senses, but you must be sthit, established in that, firmly established. Then ayam, this person will be illumined person, because the light is shining, you will be illumined, you will be realized. Then na chalati tatvatha, you will not waver, you will not fluctuate from that bliss. There's one beautiful shloka which I have written here. It's in Mundak Upanishad. I may not have the chand properly, but I'll try to read it. It says, Sa yoha ve tat paramam brahma ved brahmeva bhavati nasya brahma vitkule bhavati tarati shokam tarati papmanam guhya grantibhyo vimukto mrito bhavati. It means, he who knows that highest Brahma becomes even Brahma. And in his line, none who knows not the Brahma will be born. Do you know what that means? I'll say it again. And in his line, none who knows not the Brahma will be born. Means?
No rebirth.
Huh?
No rebirth.
For who?
For the person.
And in his line,
Lineage.
correct. In his lineage, there will be no one who will be born who will not know Brahma. This doesn't mean only biological birth, but it also means the birth of those who have taken the, what can I say, who have accepted this lineage totally, not conditionally. If you have accepted this lineage totally, then you are in this lineage where you will not be spared from knowing Brahma. He crosses grief and virtue and vice, and being freed from the knot of the heart, Hriday Grantha, becomes immortal. Becomes immortal. Worth it? Worth it? You want? You want? Why you want? What else you need? Bhagwan, 5 minutes more, I will tell you why it is worth it. 5 minutes more, next shloka. After that, I'll not keep you. Otherwise, you might stop valuing it also. Too long. 22. Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. Read. And having obtained which, he does not reckon any other gain as greater than that, and established in which he is not shaken even by the heaviest of sorrows. Got it? Kya got kiya pata nahi. Labdva, having established, having obtained, labdva, having obtained, yam, meaning which, having obtained which, means having obtained this super sensuous joy. Why super sensuous? Because beyond the senses. We have a different meaning of sensuous, but what it really means is beyond the senses. So having obtained this super sensuous joy which we talked about in the previous shloka, manyate na, one does not think. Aparamam, any other, labham, gain. Adhikam tata, more than that, superior to that. So up to here, having obtained this joy which is beyond the senses, which we talked about in the previous shloka, having obtained that, one doesn't think that there is any other gain which is superior to that joy. Anything else, nothing else is greater than that joy. Sthita, being established, and also being established, sthita is there, sthita, being established, yasmin, in that joy, being established in that joy, na vichalyate, one is not shaken, api, even, guruna, by great dukham, sorrow. Dukhen is written, dukhen, sorrow. Having being established in that, you will not be shaken no matter what calamity falls on you. you will not be shaken from that joy of the self. So many purification processes, this thing, that thing, concentrate karo, focus karo, ye karo, wo karo. Is it really worth it? Should I even bother to do all this? So Bhagavan says, yes, definitely it is worth it. And there is no other gain which is superior to this gain. Why? Because see, whenever you do anything, why you are doing it? For happiness. Will anybody do anything because I want sorrow, I want unhappiness? No. Whatever we are doing to get happiness. That is, whatever we want to extract happiness from that action. Okay? The unfortunate part is we are trying to extract happiness from objects where the happiness doesn't exist. We are trying to extract it from a new car, from a new mobile phone, from a new house, from a new this, from a new that, from name, fame, status, new job, new this, whatever, degrees, whatever we are doing, latest watch, I don't know. But Bhagavan is telling us that once we have tasted that joy, then where you will go, all other joys literally seem like paltry, meager joys. Pale in comparison. So that is why if you are finding so much happiness in that new watch, like Bhagavan says, Swamiji once told us that the bliss of the self is like one drop in the ocean of happiness of sansar. Whatever happiness you are getting from sansar is like an ocean, and the happiness of Atma is like an ocean, and the happiness you are getting from sansar is like one drop in that ocean. One drop in that ocean. Just one drop. The whole ocean is there for you, and you're so happy with your one drop. So that is why it is worth it, because the happiness you're getting is limited, where there is a supply of unlimited joy. Therefore, it is worth it. Therefore, it is worth it. Second reason, this happiness you're getting from sansar can be snatched away from you any minute. Right or wrong?
Yes.
No matter whatever big villa you buy, one earthquake over there and it's gone. Right? New watch you buy, go swimming, leave it in the changing room, gone. All sansaric happinesses can be snatched away from you anytime. The biggest snatch is mrityu. Right or wrong? Any minute is gone. But this bliss, even after death, remains with you. You cannot take it away. It's eternal. And no matter how big your house is, no matter how big your car is, no matter how stylish your mobile is or your watch is, when dukh comes, that watch will not make you feel good. That mobile will not say, जाने तो ना मर गया मेरी माँ, मेरे पास watch तो है. This does not have the capacity to overcome sorrow. But this bliss will help you overcome any sorrow. You cannot be shaken from this bliss by any sorrow. So these are the three reassurances that Bhagavan is giving to you. This whole process is worth it. It's worth it. It has value. It has eternal value. It has eternal value in this life also. It has eternal value beyond life also. So I was thinking that 4 stages of happiness. I'm sitting here and writing. I was thinking the first happiness you get is Vasana Tripti. You indulge, you get a desire, you indulge in that desire, happy. What's that place? Pav Bhaji place? Huh? Lalta. I ate Lalta Pav Bhaji. I was so blissful, so happy. That is one level. Lalta bhav bhaji. Then you get rasa swad. Rasa swad, savikalp samadhi. Savikalp dhyan. Rasa swad, not liberated yet. Happy, but not yet liberated. Then nirvikalp samadhi comes, where you're free from the vishayas. You're free from triputi. Now mukti is possible, but abhi tak hua nahi. Mukti is possible, it's the next step. And of course, the next step is mukti comes with aparoksh anubhuti. You're established in the self. Nirvikalp samadhi, you are experiencing, but you're not established. What is that song we sing? Anup Jalota? हाँ? नदी किनारे खड़ा है पगले फिर भी तू है प्यासा. Exactly what it is. Nadi kinare. Arey, you are not even in kinare, you are in the nadi right now. फिर भी तू है प्यासा. What to tell? समझ गया? कुछ भी करो. करो कुछ करो. Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Jai Gurudev. God bless everyone.